Oh, oh, I brought the baby. Hi. Oh, God. Having your cat is not a required prop, but suggested for doing really good yoga. Hi, your Auntie Melodia here. I understand why people love my cat, because she's actually not a cat. She's a human baby covered in hair. Okay, you are so good and tolerant. Thank you. Excuse you. Hey, Pi, Alfie says hi. Alfie! Good morning, Indy. Oh my God, should we give her treats? I think so. Yes, Pi. I wouldn't disturb you like that with no treats. Oh, yes. Coffee Cats Yoga. I'm just saying. What did you say last week, Mello? Mother, I want Tritos. Yeah, I know it. I'm trying to get you some good pieces up in here from your auntie. Yeah, so, yeah, we've got a good amount of people in here. So let me know in the chat if you have any specific things you would like to work on or workshop today. My goal is to work into some twisty things and some pyramid triangle things. Just letting you all know, I never plan my classes all the way out. I do improvise because you never know what kind of curveball life is going to throw you. Especially when you're teaching. Yes, baby. Oh my God. So I suggest for class getting 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Actually, I should hide these because she's going to try to eat them. But let's get started laying down on our backs. Sorry, Pi, you'll have to wait till after class. I'm going to start this playlist from the top. Okay. So again, just laying down on your back, nice and flat. Let's actually bring the knees into a bend. So soles of the feet are on the ground. And we'll bring them a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. And then knock the knees together. So you're in like a broken bridge shape. I'll create the shape so that you can see it. We're gonna go do yoga now, Pat. Come on. She thinks I still have treats, you guys. Oh, okay. So again, you're just in this nice knock-knee position here. It should feel really nice on your sacrum area, so that kind of low back area where the tailbone connects, where all of the bones of the hip connect. And your hands can be right here on your stomach, out by your side. You can kind of shimmy the shoulders underneath you and open up the chest. And we're just going to start with some breaths in and out of your nose. I want you to feel the lungs expand and release with the exhales. Good. Do 3 more of those breaths on your own. Good, and then finish off your last round of breath here. And let's let your knees fall over to the left-hand side. So you're kind of in this separated leg twist here. Now let's take the knees all the way back through center and over towards the other side. Let's just keep going side to side through these windshield wipers. Ooh, my booty is sore and this feels really interesting for me. Now, if you're doing these windshield wipers and it feels good to take your arms a little bit higher, I want you to really be an intuitive mover here. Go in the direction that feels right, that feels good. Now, let's keep both of your knees over to your left-hand side. I want you to pick up your left foot and place the ankle right on top of your right thigh, kind of above the knee area, and let the weight of the left leg bring the inside of your right knee to the ground. If you're a sicko like me, you can try to push the knee with the foot down towards the earth to get the stretch into the outside of the hip. So right here in this attachment area with the IT band is where I am feeling it today. Now let's keep this whole attachment situation. Pull everything back to center. You should land into a figure 4. Left knee wants to push towards the front of your space. If you know you would like some more sensation into that hip, well, you can pull the right knee in towards your chest and locate the back of your leg, right where the hamstring is, to get a deeper stretch. Because it's first thing in the morning and it's Monday and usually I feel really rickety from the weekend, I want you to just take your time, move in this space. Don't feel like you have to be completely still. I like to explore within shapes. Now let's place the right foot back to the ground, place the left foot back, widen it back out again, and then rock your knees over to the right-hand side. Let's do that same stretch on the other side here. Pick up your right foot, place the ankle to the outside of the left thigh, and just the weight of that leg is driving the inside of your left knee towards the earth. Now, sometimes some really subtle pelvic movement can make me feel this in a different way. And that's why I was wanting to just do these Mondays, as at least I'm starting to turn them into a basic flow. And not basic in the way that it's not hard, but in the way that we should all go back to a beginner's perspective, kind of like Baryshnikov doing bar classes and beginner's ballet, right? Even though he was a professional ballet dancer, he always insisted on taking basics and foundations. So let's take everything back to center, landing in your figure 4 shape, yeah? If you knew you went deeper on the other side, then pull the left knee in, wrapping around the back of the leg if you did that on the other side. Now, I like to use my right elbow, almost like a little leverage system, and give it a little push to even out. My right ankle is to the outside of my femur bone, so just in case if you've got a sickled foot, just little things to refine. Try to create a nice long spine here. And then don't forget to breathe. Nice. Let's release this figure 4. And I want you to have your legs kind of just hanging just like this. So the knees are kind of close towards your chest. And I want us to tap our heels to our butt. I want you to let the ankles flop really loose as you do this, yeah? So this is technically a Kundalini move. But I love doing it, so that's what we're doing. We're gonna get some blood into these ankles. If you have any conditions and it doesn't feel good, then don't go as fast or don't do it at all. That's the best part of this. This is like a buffet. Take what you want, leave the rest. Good, let's take those fast little ankle taps. Try to really kick yourself in the butt, right in that hamstring attachment for 3. Nice, 2. And then 1. Extend your legs up to the sky. Circle out your ankles. If I was with you, I would want to hear all those Rice Krispie treat pops. Yeah. Good. Now let's keep both of your legs long up to the sky. I'm going to do some work on our back to prepare us for pyramid pose. This may seem really weird, but this is going to benefit us a lot. And I want you to pretend like you're standing on the ceiling. Create a super flat spine. If your hamstrings are like hell to the no, then micro bend into your knees a little bit. Now try to bring your right kneecap slightly closer towards you and take your left leg slightly away. Now slightly turn out your left foot, and I want you to hold, reaching your arms up to the sky. This is essentially your pyramid pose, but on your back. Keep dorsiflexing your feet, please. Dorsi means toes wants to come towards you. Last 3, long spine. I'm trying to create a waistline. 3, 2, 1. Relax a second. And we're gonna do that shit on the other side, okay? I'm gonna relax my arms. Flex your feet. Try to bring your left knee a little bit closer towards you. Try to take your right leg a little bit away, and then slightly turn out the right leg. So it's your femur bone moving into the socket, like 33 degrees out. Create a long spine and reach up to the sky. Energy through the fingers. Keep holding, oh yeah, and keep breathing. For 3, your quadriceps should be firing. Last 2, nice, and 1, relax the legs, pull them in towards your chest. Let's rock and roll up and down the length of our mats. Massaging the entirety of our spinal columns. Wow, I am, you guys, I'm so sore all over. I feel like a wounded animal, all the way up towards your seated position. Let's go Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together, knees wide, high. Yes, you are so cute. Okay. Hands are going to find the fronts of your shin bones. I want you to sit up nice and tall, propel the chest forward, and then mount over the front line of your body. If it feels better to hold on to the feet in front of you, well, you can absolutely do that. Now we're going to take some super subtle spinal ripples. I want you to lift up the spine, kind of contracting into the belly, lengthening out, and then working a little bit deeper. Yeah? So my dancers, you might really enjoy this. I like doing spinal work like this. It makes me really happy. Ripple up, ripple down, contract, lengthen, and melt. It's like you're a little caterpillar inching up a twig. Yeah? Nice. Let's do 3 more of these little caterpillar inches. Good. And when you finish off that last one, I want you to bring yourself all the way back up towards the seat. Keep your legs like this. Hands come behind you, fingertips face the front of your mat. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Feels what it's like to lift your hips up here. I feel a big stretch in the underside of my forearms. Oh. Nice. Breath in. Exhale, sit the hips back down to the ground. Now plant the soles of the feet onto the ground. We're going to go 1 more round like that. Pick up the hips, neutral pelvis. Now on this one, if it feels good to let your head fall back, I feel this a lot more into my biceps. That's nice. Good, let's take it all the way back. Cross your shin bones. Make your way to tabletop. If that's a no-go, going cross shin bones, then sit off to one side. Meet me on all fours, however you need to get there. And once you're on all fours, let's start working through our cat-cows. So inhales, reaching the heart space forwards. Exhales, rounding, contracting, navel to spine, chin to chest. Hi, the treats are gone, honey. I don't know what to tell you. Woo! Good. Let's do 2 more rounds of our cat-cows. and then neutralize your spine. And let's do barrel rolls through our chest. So I want you to allow the chest to go down just like you were in a cat back or in a cow pose position. Roll the ribs to the left and then cat back to the sky. And I want you to allow the hips to kind of go side to side so that you're feeling this natural opening as you move through this. Yeah? Let's reverse those directions. Pi is watching all of you. Pi, keep your eyes on the prize, okay, buddy? Last 2 big circles. Nice. Last one, meet back to neutral. Walk the hands slightly forwards. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up to the sky. And pause in this down dog shape. I want you to look at your hands. Spread them out nice and wide, like you're a kitty cat making biscuits, okay? Dig into your little fingertips and feel the hip bones work to the sky. Even if it means your knees micro bend, you don't have to have long legs, heels to the ground. It's a myth. Rock your head side to side. Say no. And then tell me yes. Good. One more time. Say no. And then tell me yes. Now let's lift our heels, roll forward into high plank position, and bring yourself all the way down to the ground. Ooh. Today we're going to be working some really unique chaturangas to teach a little alternative to your traditional vinyasas. So we're going to get ready and warmed up for those by working our bhujangasana. Now we're going to do these with the inner thighs and the calf muscles and the big toes zipped together. Hands are by your side, close to the bra line and the bro line. The back of your neck is always going to stay long, so you're just going to keep your gaze in this like couple inch range here. Forehead is on the ground. Lengthen out your tailbone, press into your feet. Inhale, low cobra, bhujangasana. Good. Exhale, melt down to the ground. Let's do that again. Press yourself up, bhujangasana. Nice. And back down to the ground. Let's do one more like that. Bhujangasana, lift yourself up and float your hands up off of the ground. Try to spread out your toes. Yes, your toes. Last 3. Good. 2. Nice. And 1. All the way back to the earth. Widen out your feet. Slide the hands back. Start to use your spine. Press yourself up into your upward facing dog. Lengthen out the arms, open your chest. Squeeze. Yo, butt cheeks. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pike to lift. Take everything up to the sky. Nice. Let's travel to the top of your mat. 2 big steps here. Now I'm going to use my blocks for this next exercise. You don't have to use them, but they're really helpful, especially if you are tight. Let's heel toe the feet together until your big toes touch. Cool. Cross your right leg behind you. Pinky toes wanting to touch pinky toes. Not like exactly, but kind of, okay? Bend into your left knee, lengthen out the right leg. Have a sassy right hip. Walk your blocks over to the left-hand side. Oh my God. I think there's a demon in my right hip. Oh gosh. Listen, it's a situation over here, okay? Just out of reach. Walk your blocks or your hands back to center. Let's uncross the legs and do the same thing on the other side. So left leg crosses behind the right. My right knee is bent, my left leg is long, and my hip is sassy. Now let's walk blocks and self over to the right. You should almost feel like you're leaning away from yourself here, yeah? Oh. Just confirming that there is a demon also in my left hip. Okay, let's take it all back to center. Big toes are touching. Ditch your blocks if you've got them. Just have them up at the top. And forward fold. Try to really pull yourself deep here. Inhale, Ardha. Find a halfway lift. Lengthen your spine. Good. With your exhale, fold again. Now rise all the way up towards standing. Sweep your arms up to sky. Exhale, take your hands to heart center, and let's create Kali Mudra. Such a vibe, right? Interlace all your fingers except for the index. Make a cross with your thumb right on top. My arms are going to go out of frame, so bye. Up they go. My biceps are by my ears. Shoulder blades coming down. Lengthen your tailbone down. Squeeze the inner thighs. Up and over to the left-hand side body bend. Now we're going to hold this till you don't want to anymore, okay? Bump your hips to the right even more. Find length and lift into your right side body and square your left armpit towards the front. Please lean those hips another few inches. You're here for 8. Oh my God. Last 5, 4, even further. 3, 2, nice 1. Come back to center. Let's do that shit on the other side. Bump your hips to your left. Up and over towards your right-hand side. Side body stretch. Now the things that's going to help you feel stable are your legs, thighs, and butts squeezing together like hell. Feel your right armpit. Reach for the front of your space. I'm talking funny because I'm struggling. 8 more seconds. Nice, last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Inhale, breath. Exhale, forward fold. Take it all the way down to your mat. Hinge from your hip line. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Maybe you're feeling really open. You press flat palms to the ground. Good. Let's step back to a high plank position. Nice. Tap your knees down to the ground. Here's what our chaturanga is going to look like today. I want you to bring your chest and chin down to the ground, exactly as you are right here. So we're creating a back bend in the body. Sit bones are high to the sky. Nice. Now press into the hands. Lengthen yourself out. Show me Bhujangasana instead of an up dog. Use your strength. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Ooh. Caterpillars are such a mood for this class. Yes. Okay, let's travel back to the top of our mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing. Sweep the arms all the way up. Create that Kali Mudra above your head. Up and over to the left-hand side. Back to center. Up and over to the right. Nice. Back to center. Forward fold. Hinge from your hips. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold to plant, step back, high plank. Knees, chest, chin to the ground. Nice. Flatten it out into your Bhujangasana. Up and back, downward facing dog. Let's do that stuff one more time. Travel to the top of your mat. Half lift. And fold. Rise up to standing. Kali Mudra above your head. Extend, extend. Up and over to your left. Nice. Take it back to center. Up and over to the right. Back to center. Forward fold. Take it all the way down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Nice. Fold to plant your hands. Step back to high plank. Let's create that chaturanga one more time. Knees to the mat, chest and chin to the ground. Now to try something a little new here, you can ripple into your Bhujangasana. Start with your pelvis. Tops of the feet press. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips all the way up. Nice. Okay, widen out your feet here for me. Hands, feet, everything still to the ground. Show me a down dog twist. One of my favorite things to do in the world. Hand can find outside of ankle, calf, even hugging underneath the heel. Now I know this is a lot for your shoulders. If you're not ready to take that shape yet, then take a thread the needle. I'm good with thread the needles on that. We'll spend 2 more breaths here and then do this on the other side. Nice. Let's work to the other side. Right hand down, left arm across the body. This is really good work and shoulder stability. Feel the hips bump back to center. 2 more breaths. If you're working that thread the needle, meet us back in down dog in 3, in 2, nice, and 1. Let's take it back to downward facing dog. Travel to the top of your mat, hopping or stepping. Halfway lift, lengthen. Nice, with your exhale, fold. Rise all the way up to standing, arms up to the sky. No mudra above your head, arms by side. Now inhale, show me chair position. Bend into your knees, reach the arms towards upper hand corner. Nice work. Hands are gonna come towards heart center. I want you to dig into some focus here. Tap your left elbow towards the outsides of your right knee, so prayer twist. Look down at your knees. See that the left knee isn't sliding in front of the right. Pull it all back to center. Breath in. Breath out. Yes. Back to center. Take your prayer twist to the other direction. So right elbow on top of or to the outside of your left leg. I know it's a lot of compression. This twist is going to come back later in a really interesting way. Not to scare you. It's always scary when a teacher says it's going to be fun and interesting. All right, take it back to center. Reach your arms towards upper hand corner, please. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge from your hips, work it down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold to plant. Chaturanga of your choice or none at all. So if you want to do your standard vinyasa, if you're doing that up dog, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Don't let them be lazy. Downward facing dog, lift your hips. And let's do a throwback to last week. Pull right knee in between your chest. Step the foot between your hand. Left heel pivots down. Let's go to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Arms are up above the head. Back heel is pivoted to the ground. Just like we were doing when we were on our backs, playing with that pyramid shape with our feet, yeah? Left shoulder wants to square forward. Energy lines out through your fingers. Inhale. With your exhale, take everything down to the ground. Frame up your right foot and square off your back leg. 3-legged dog. Lift your right leg to the sky. And open your hip. Bend into your knee. Hang out here for a moment. Nice. Let's square off the right hip and return the right foot to the earth in our downward facing dog. Left knee pulls to chest, step it through your hands. Good. Pivot the right heel down. Virabhadrasana 1 on your left. Now remember, last week we were talking about all the fancy pelvic work. Outer edge of the heel wants to spin to the ground. Knee wants to stack over the ankle. Take a breath in. Exhale, take the hands down to the earth. Square off. Let's lift our left leg up to the sky. And again, open the hip. Pause here, but please continue your breath. Nice. Return the foot back down towards the earth. And let's add on some pieces and elements. Travel back to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. And with your exhale, fold. Rise all the way up to standing. And with your exhale, take hands by your side body. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Sit back. If you're like me, you want to pull your pants back up to your belly button. Melodia, these are like my most old school mellows I own, and they are still in perfect condition 8 years later. It's incredible. Energy lines out through the hands, but I know you know that already. Hands are gonna come to heart center. And let's work back into that twist. Left elbow on towards the right thigh. Now do me a favor, make a fist with your left hand, push that into the open palm of your right hand. Maintain all this squeezing and energy, but float the left elbow off of the knee. You're essentially in the same shape, but you are struggling. Even more than when we were just doing a normal prayer twist. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Back to center, prayer position, create it. Twist to the other side. Okay. Make a fist with your right hand. Punch it into the palm of your left. Use your abdomen to lift the right elbow off of the thigh. I'm very angry right now. Oh, pie, help me. Last 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Can you reach the arms forward? Ah! Forward fold, my thighs hurt. Goodbye. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold to plank, chaturanga, or none of your choice. I'm going to try that new one again. Nice, downward facing dog. Let's lift our right leg to begin. Pull the knee to nose, step through low lunge. Pivot the back heel, rise up into your warrior 1. Take the arms behind you, interlace your fingers, or grab a towel or a yoga strap to create this connection. Lengthen out through the arms, open the chest, and then try to bring yourself forward towards a humble warrior. Any amount will do, even working the shoulder onto the thigh and looking between the legs. Good, trust the right knee over the right ankle. I'm teaching that and telling myself that at the same time. Woo! Nice, let's bring it all the way up. Zip, zip, zip it together. Arms to sky. Good, exhale, fold to plant. Plan your exit, even if it's an Ekapada Chaturanga, a regular Chaturanga, no Chaturanga. Nice, downward facing dog. Let's get this other side. Left leg lifts. Knee to nose, step through low lunge. Virabhadrasana 1. Arms up to sky. Good, hands come behind your back, interlace your fingers. Open up your chest and begin your process forwards. Shoulders, chest, wherever you need to go. And then a really big balance here is just looking between the legs. We'll see an add-on in a hot second if you want to do more. I feel very warm, you guys. Good, let's take it all the way back up. Arms up to sky. Take it down to the earth. And plan the same exit strategy that you did on the other side. Urdhva. Good. Adho. Take it all the way up and back. Now we're going to reverse this, starting with our last round of warrior 1s and then ending with our chair work. Right leg lifts up to sky again. Knee to nose, step through low lunge. Right foot at the top. Left heel pivots back. Last warrior 1 on the right. Arms come behind you, interlace your fingers. Lengthen through the chest and lean forward halfway, but pick your back heel up off of the ground. If you're interested, toppling tree, bring the chest onto the thigh and lift up your back leg. Open the chest, keep that work. Last 5, 3, good, 2, and 1. Can you step it to the back with control? Sometimes. And bring it all the way up to your warrior 1. Nice, hands all the way down to the ground, high to mid-plank. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last warrior 1. Yay! Left leg to sky. Need to know step through. Virabhadrasana 1. Arms up. Hands come behind you, interlace the fingers. Open the chest, start to lean forward and push up off of the back heel. Toppling tree if you desire. Focus on something in front of you, please. Energy out the back foot for 3. For 2. And 1. Step it to the back. Oh, my thighs. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, take it down. How do you want to get out? Downward facing dog. Ooh. Let's go back to the top of our mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. Nice exhale, fold. Rise up to standing, inhale. Exhale, arms by side. Stay here and breathe. Take a little study of how the body feels after that very diligent work. I feel like people get really obsessed that yoga has to be really fast and really mean in order to be meaningful or do something with the body. And over time, that belief has really worked itself out of me. Okay, let's go into chair position. Bend into your knees, sweep the earth, arms towards upper hand corner. Take your hands towards heart center. And again, take your twist, left elbow to the right thigh. Now I want you to look down at your feet and open them up to hip width distance. Cool. Feel the weight lean in towards your right foot. Step your left foot behind you so that you land into a prayer twisted lunge. You can always work with anything you got by dropping your left knee down to the ground. If you want to work into a deeper twist, slide your armpit all the way to the thigh. Good. If you want to get really wild with this thing, then you can open up, take a bind. And if you want to get extra buck wild, well, with this knee on the ground, tuck your toes, lift it up, and pivot it into a fully bound, wide-legged fold. Only if you want that, though. This is back to basics after all, but I know sometimes my advanced movers get a little bit wiggly. Now, no matter what variation you are in, let's hit that rewind button and make our way back to the top of our mat. Let's do all that business on the other side. Right elbow onto left thigh. Feel the weight shift. You're at hip width distance, big reminder there. Right foot steps back. You can hold this twist. You can take right knee to the ground. Armpit can work really deep here. You can bind. If you were like, holy shit, Tracy, that wide-legged thing, let's go. And let's do it. Tuck, lift, move the feet, and twist. Wherever you are, let's make our way back to where we started. top of the mat. Forward fold, let it go. Holy moly. Let's grab up our blocks and let's work on these pyramids. So again, my feet are that kind of hip width distance. And we're not going as far back as we would in a lunge. Probably just about halfway back down our mat. We've got that slight turnout in that left hip, but I want us to push the right hip behind us. Remind yourself what it felt like to lay flat on your back and create this shape in the legs. Remember how much your quads had to work? Let's bring that back into the picture here. So again, find that sense of press. It is a situation here. Inhale, breath. Exhale, let's fold really deep towards the shin bone if you got that. Nice, ripple up the spine. And with your exhale, melt down towards the shin bone. Nice. Lift yourself up just halfway. 2 options to challenge yourself here. Think about yourself tearing your mat in half, like pushing your right foot forward and your left heel back. Reach the arms behind you or in front of you. Yeah, so it's almost like a warrior 3 upper body. Just for 3, just for 2, and 1. Hands to the ground. Let's bend the front knee for a second. Wiggle into that hip a little bit. Whew. Step your right foot a few inches forward. Your left foot a whole bunch of inches back. Pivot that heel all the way down. Let's open into warrior 2. Squeegee your left heel towards the back. Do you notice how much I just made more depth in my body? Got to do it every time. Feel the hips work to nice and even. Open up the arms into your T shape. See over the right middle finger. Flip right palm to sky, reverse warrior. Let's hold this reverse warrior and keep breathing. Notice if you've got a sad arm, try to find extension through that right arm and bend a little bit deeper into your right leg. How light can your backhand get? Breath in. Exhale, let's come back to warrior 2. Now I said we were going to work on our tricos, so let's lengthen out our front leg here. Keep the hips open. Let's go hands to hips actually. This is a fun way to do this. Feel the right hip, get that shift, and then tilt the upper body and pause. I know normally we're like reaching for something to stabilize us, right? If you're ready to work towards a stability point, then let's go there now. You can reach for shin bone. You can go for floor. Blocks. I like to work the block behind the leg. It's much more helpful. Energy lines up to the sky, okay? Think about yourself wrapping your chest up towards the sky. 1 breath in. Nice breath out. 1 more time, inhale. And with your exhale, let's take the hands towards the earth. Bend into your front knee. You may need to kind of readjust the foot underneath your chest to work yourself through a chaturanga. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's travel back to the front of our mat and do that pyramid work on the other side, yeah? Then we're gonna take it to the ground for our last bit, that's it. Pressing into my blocks, right foot is gonna take that step back, about halfway down the mat. My left thumb wants to push into my left hip crease, working back. Just that action, you should get more of a reaction into your hamstring. If not, let's talk after class. Long spines. Again, imagine the straight spine that we did when we were on our backs. Inhales. And with your exhales, melt your way down towards your shin bone. Again, remember your active quadriceps, the front of the thighs. This is what makes yoga difficult, is when we're actually engaging all of the things we need to engage. Yeah. Good. Let's press ourselves up and then ripple back down. Good. 2 more times. Coaxing that hamstring into length. And then let's hold this last one. Again, think about ripping your mat in half, pushing the left foot forward, the right heel back, lengthen the arms behind you or in front of you. Ah! I can only do for so long. Last 3, 2, and 1. Oh, fuck. Bend into the front knee, step it a little bit forward. Let's deepen our lunge. Pivot the heel to the ground, warrior 2. Let's open into it. Take time to organize the hips underneath you. Left palm flips. Let's hang out in our reverse warrior. Let the muscles of the abdomen support you in lifts. You don't want to be collapsing into this right side body. You want to feel like you've got some balloons on your rib cage lifting you up towards the sky. How straight can your left arm become? How weightless can your right hand become? So this is a lot more hatha style, yeah? 1 more inhale. Exhale, let's come back to our warrior 2. Hands onto our hips. Lengthen out through your front leg. Tilt the hips so that they're spilling towards the front of your mat. And move to that partway point in the upper body. Again, stabilize all the muscles of your hips. Proximal stability, it equals distal mobility. So the more controlled your center is, oh, Pi went through the car wash. The more controlled your center is, the more mobile the outer limbs will be. Now, if you went for a different position, stabilizing, then please create that within your body. And constantly study what your body does to avoid the shake, because that's what it does. It's like a built-in survival mechanism. Yeah? Body in stress. Last 2 breaths. Now let's take ourselves back down to the mat. Start by bending your left knee. Pivot off the back foot safely. Take your very last chaturanga if you want it in here. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps between the hands, lower your left knee down right away. Let the opening happen in the front of your hip flexor here. We're going to work towards our Ardha Hanuman or full Hanuman splits. Now I like to work with blocks a lot on this. And then let's take it into our half split, pulling back, toes towards our face. Now let's go back and forth a couple times, especially for that hip flexor, because we've done a lot of hamstring work today. Now, if you think about it, splits are essentially a back bend, especially since one leg is going behind you, right? Now, if you want to go into your full Hanuman, you feel ready for it, right leg can slide forwards. I want you to stay lifted for a moment though. I also like tucking my back foot when I'm in my splits. It helps me to stay more square in the hips. Now, this can be you right here, just really lifted really high, but still wanting to work towards those splits, or sticking in the half split. Now, I told you that prayer twist was going to come back at an interesting point in class. I'm here to tell you that that interesting point has arrived. If you would like to try a prayer twist in your full split, boy, do I have news for you. Hands at heart center, left elbow to the outside of your right leg. This is going to really help you square off in the splits. All right. If you're working that prayer twist, let's bring you up. And let's get out of here together as a group. Bend it to the right knee. Wow. And step back to downward facing dog. You're second to last. Let's step the left foot between your hands. Lower your right knee down. Again, block it up. Ooh. Right side hip flexor, angie. And then let's pull back to our half split. Let's keep going. Ooh, I don't know about this right side, y'all. By right side, I mean right side hip flexor. It's a little sketchy. Hi, I would like your emotional support here for this. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Grab your emotional support animals. Let's go into our full splits if you wanted to do that here. Oh, it just doesn't happen unless you do it all the time. God damn it. Again, I'm trying to stay lifted. I'm trying to stay elevated. Even if you're this person, right? Because you can really work the square hips. Breath is your buddy. Now, if you tried the prayer twist in your split, let's do it. Right elbow towards the outside of your left leg. This is obviously not a beginner variation, but we worked all of our fundamentals to get to wherever we are. Okay. Hi, one more breath or two more? Two more? Okay, two more breaths. Because I want to get out here ASAP. All right, let's move out of this position. I'm cursing my own name right now. Back to downward facing dog. Your very last one, and I want you to just like wiggle that out of yourself a little bit. I know that's all really intense work right there. And then let's transition to the top of our mat. I'm just going to come down. Oh my God. Shift yourself off to one side. Lord have mercy. And let's roll down onto our backs. Now we did all of that back body opening. Well, we did some front body opening too. So I want to finish with just a pinch more front body opening. We've got bridge and option to go into wheel. Heels want to come close towards the booty, arms down by side. Push into the hips, lift. This is your bridge position. This is where you can live. You can even modify and just work supported bridge. I love it. If you're working in your bridge and you want to go deeper into your back bend, fingertips face towards the shoulders, and you can push into the hands and come to the crown of the head. Know that this is still your wheel, or you can push through the arms straight. Keep breathing. Last 3. And let's bring ourselves down. If you're in that supported bridge, you want to stay there for a large part of your Shavasana, you can absolutely do that. If you just did all that wheel business, then I want you to take your knees towards your chest. Give yourself a little release with Apanasana. Think about pressing your tailbone towards the front of your mat so that your spine is long and neutralized after that back bend. And then let's give ourselves full permission here to drop into our final shape. Legs can go long, arms can go long. You can spread out into an X shape. Lots of options. You stay there. And if there's any crankiness in other parts of your body, like your back, know that you can relieve that with a bent knee position. There you go, Kai. You can watch hummingbirds. My darlings, take a deeper breath in and a breath out. Exhale. And repeat that process a couple more times. And if it feels good, you can stretch out your limbs and wake up your nervous system again with my favorite, some pandiculation, so stretch, create tension in the body, and then soften everything back into the earth. And you can roll off to one side. You can push yourself up into a seat. You can linger wherever you need to linger. And once you push yourself up to a seat, find a proud seat with a tall spine. Hands come to heart center, a gesture of gratitude. I am incredibly grateful for all of you. And then bring your thumbs to your third eye center. And I want you to thank yourself for stepping into your practice this morning. Bow forward and seal it for yourself. Namaste. Nice work, everyone. And great job, Pi. I hope you all have a beautiful morning, evening, wherever you're checking in. I know I always think that people just exist in California and take my classes, but there's so many of you from all over, so thank you for dropping in with me. I hope I get to see you Wednesday, Friday evening. Friday will be both myself, well, probably Wednesday also, myself and Kamar, but Kamar will be leading the beginning of Friday's class. Thanks, Shayla and Indigo. I love when all the animals come to play. Thanks, Steph. You're so welcome. Oh, Mello. Sweet Archie. I love when you guys text me after class. Oh. Well, I just feel ready for the day. I don't know about you guys. Oh, you're so welcome. I'll give us more of a down angle so we can see Pi. Baby. You get pants for class. There you go. Now you get full view of the cat pants. Cat pantaloons. I can't wait to see you all later in the week. Yes, we're back. I am going to take some more classes now because this is my life. Indigo was biting you? Oh, I'm so glad that you don't do that. She's like nipping at your ankles. All right, see you Friday, Mello. Can't wait. Okay, Pipe, we're going to let him go. I'm going to let you go. Hugs and kisses. Thanks for starting your week with me. I love you all so much.